Brandon, something I meant to ask you during our conversation was about steersmen. Have you had steersmen before?
I've had post-up pilots. I had a steersman for well, I've had two different steersmen for a couple of trips. I've not had a full-time steersman, but I take that back. I did have a full-time steersman at Riverview for a few for about a year. So I've had some experience with steersmen, but not an extensive amount.
On the series of episodes that came out the week before this one does, Captain Michael Forbes was telling me he had a time with Annie as a steersman, and to I guess increase his awareness of situational awareness, he would just sort of mess with him in the wheelhouse the whole night or day or whatever it was. What are your thoughts on treatments like that?
Um, I think it depends on the situation. There's a lot of old school methods. It depends. I mean, I had an experience when I was steering, where the captain dropped a stack of books, scared the loving daylights out of me. And it wasn't because I was doing anything wrong. I was making a bridge, and he was just trying to get me to pay attention to everything. When you're making, it's not just I was tunnel vision, right? And in that situation, I think that it's perfectly acceptable. I think in other situations, it's a little excessive. I think, I don't know what happened, and I hate to comment on something I'm not privy to, but if it's all watch every watch type of thing, it could be pervasive and whatnot. I think that could be detrimental. Um, I think one of the worst things that you can do to a steersman is mess with their confidence. Once you start losing your confidence, it's extremely hard to gain it back. I know I had some bridges that I struggled with, and because of those struggles and the way that it was handled, um, I have confidence issues, and even today, I'm probably more nervous than other people. Don't get me wrong. I think that it's perfectly normal for wheelmen to be nervous. I think that they should. That shows that they're alert and they're paying attention to what's going on. Nervousness isn't always a bad thing, but at some point, too much nervousness can cripple you. It can cause a lot of problems for you, and you really need to be sure of what you're doing. I know a lot of people, they come upstairs, they watch the captain drive the boat, and all they're doing is moving the sticks back and forth and adjusting throttles, and that ain't hard. That's pretty easy, and it looks like it, but you're not taking into account why he's doing what he's doing, what the situation is around, and if you're scared all the time, it makes this job miserable. I mean, it just makes it absolutely miserable. you know so it's important when you're posting up and when you're steering to there's a period of time where you kind of have to break them down. I mean, because full I was a hard-headed steersman, and I kind of need to be knocked down a peg or two, but you can't knock them all the way down. There's a point you have to build that back up, and if you fail to build that confidence, it's going to make their first year turn loose really difficult, and it could potentially make their first several years really difficult. It's hard to learn the river. I mean, you learn significantly more your year turn loose than you do your 2 years steering. And if you're scared the whole time, you're not going to pick up on the things you need to be picking up on to become a proficient mariner. So it depends, on the situation. Sorry, it's time to get up. Uh, but I, uh, I, I'm probably, I over explain things to my steersmen. I give them far more information than they need, but, I always try to give them multiple options to deal with whatever problem that they currently have. And there's, you kind of have to let a steersman make mistakes, but you can't let them make the mistake to the point of an accident or to the point of a really bad accident, because you're just going to kill that confidence. And they really, if they hope to have a long career, they got to have some kind of confidence in the ability, in their ability to do their job. So it just depends, I mean, that's the best answer I can give you on that.